Hello, YouTube and VSG community. This is New Ray. I'm coming to you. This won't be an update video on my progress. This is more of a short story on my horrid experience coming back home from having surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. Nothing to do with Tijuana. Everything was great. It was an awesome experience. Everything was wonderful in Tijuana. It was actually having to do with my flights coming back. And I just feel I have to express this, and it might help someone in the future who is considering going abroad to have surgery. So, here we go. I got discharged on Thursday from my hospital in Tijuana, Mexico. I went to my hotel. I went to San Diego on Saturday, which is my day to go back home. However, I couldn't find a flight that accommodated my time frame to get back home. So I went ahead and scheduled a flight on Sunday morning at 8:30 in the morning, 8:23 in the morning, leaving San Diego to Fort Lauderdale. So that worked for me. I would have arrived at about 6 p.m. into Fort Lauderdale, and that was perfect. However, I had called the airline on Saturday, the day prior, American Airlines. I called them on Saturday and I had advised them that I had surgery a couple of days prior, and I needed some assistance only because I did not want to stand in long lines for obvious reasons or take really long concourse walks just because I was uncomfortable. So I thought they would want to help me in that process. So um, I get to the airport at 6 o'clock in the morning. I check in. I told them that, from the get go, it was just horrible. They didn't have a wheelchair ready for me, so they can escort me to the concourse to the gate. So that's the first thing. And they were so nonchalant about everything. They couldn't even go up to the ticket counter. I had to do self check in. And I even told them, hey, look, I called special needs. I need a wheelchair. That didn't happen. I ended up walking all the way to the gate, which was pretty far walk, going through security, standing for long periods of time. So I made it to the gate, and I was there a little early, so I was just standing there until someone showed up. They looked me up in the system. Um, when I called the day prior, they were aware that I had surgery. They didn't ask for anything in specific. They didn't tell me I needed any special documentation. They didn't tell me anything. They just said, "Okay, you're all set." So I thought I was set. They pull my record up on the airline computer thingamajigger, and they say, "Okay, so can I see your letter?" I'm like, "What letter?" They're like, "The letter releasing you to fly. You're from your doctor." I'm like, "I don't have such letter. My letter that I have says that I'm okay to go home and that I'm fine." So they ask me, "Does it say you are released to fly?" I said, "No." They were like, "Okay, well, we're not going to let you board." I'm like, "Excuse me?" Right there and then, I thought I was going to blow a casket. So they said that I needed my doctor to send over a fax stating specifically on the letter, saying word for word, he is okay to board a flight. So, fast forward, I missed my flight because they didn't let me board my flight because the fax didn't arrive on time. I called the doctor. He said it was fine. He would send it over. They did that within about 15 minutes. Everyone disappeared from the concourse. There was nobody there for me to talk to now. So I missed my flight, and I'm like, what the hell am I going to do now? What am I doing? So I got on the phone. American Airlines customer service is horrible. No excuse. Horrible. They have this nonchalant, I don't give a rat's ass attitude because they're not in the situation. They threw me around to different departments. Horrible. So finally, I got through to someone. I asked for a supervisor at the airline, at the concourse. They got someone for me. I spoke to that person. They were a little bit more inclined to help me out. So my next option was getting a flight from Los Angeles, I'm sorry, from San Diego to Los Angeles, and then board a flight in Los Angeles at 2:45 p.m., getting me into Miami, not Fort Lauderdale now, Miami, at 10:45, 11 o'clock at night. I was like, all right, I have no other choice. You guys have me by the balls. I can't do anything about it. Just do it. So I had to take a bus to a different area of the airport, the commuter area. I get to the commuter area to get my flight from San Diego to Los Angeles. They then tell me that that flight is super delayed. So instead of that flight leaving like about 12-ish, I think it was, in the afternoon, it was going to leave like 2 hours later, which I would miss my flight connecting in Los Angeles going to Miami at 2:45. So this is what they did. Like at 11 something in the morning, they put a bunch of us on 3 shuttle buses to Los Angeles, which is like a 2-hour drive. So they drive us to Los Angeles. I get to Los Angeles at 2 o'clock. Plenty of time to make my flight at 2:45. So I'm like, okay, this nightmare is over. No. It gets better. So I get there and I'm checking in and they tell me they bumped me off of that flight. So they took it upon themselves to take me off of that flight that I was on a bus 2 hours ride to make. And they said, oh, we didn't think you were going to make it, so we bumped you off. Why would you do that? You know at what time I was going to arrive into Los Angeles. I had plenty of time. You put me on the bus. You would think that I would make it, and I did. So with no avail, I spoke to the manager, supervisor. Again, lack of wanting to help, lack of any, I don't even know what the word is, any kind of sympathy, nothing, nothing. They know I had surgery. I'm not comfortable. I'm in pain. So they told me, we'll try to find you a hotel so you can stay at a hotel. Because, oh, wait, I'm going ahead of myself. The next flight wasn't until 11:45 at night. So I had to stay there from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 11 o'clock, 11:45 at night in the concourse. I'm like, are you kidding? So they were going to try to find me a hotel. There was no hotels available. They couldn't put me up in a hotel. So I asked them, um, would you guys put me up in your Admiral? I think that's what it's called, Admiral. I may be saying it wrong. I don't remember. Their lounge for their VIP people. So I said, could you at least put me up there so I can be comfortable? I just had surgery. At least make me comfortable for all this inconvenience you guys have caused me. I did nothing wrong. You guys have done this to me this whole time. So they straight up, hold on, they straight up told me, no, we can't put you up in there because that's for VIP. And I said, okay. So if I go in there, anyone else who sees me in there, they're going to automatically assume that I'm not VIP? This bitch straight up said yes. I was like, are you kidding me? I was screaming and hollering, and I'm not going to lie, my eyes welled up of such frustration and this I don't care attitude from these agents at American Airlines. And so, long story short, which has already been pretty long, it's been 10 minutes, but it's just a saying, I guess. I was in the concourse from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 11:45 at night. Yep. I just got in this morning at 7:30 in the morning into Miami. Yeah. That was my adventure returning back. So I guess the moral of the story is if you are going to travel abroad to have surgery, like I did, I went to Tijuana, and again, my experience in Tijuana was amazing. I would do it again. Not the surgery, but you know what I mean. Going elsewhere to get something done, I would strongly suggest that you bring with you to the airport a letter specifically stating in these words that this patient is released to take a flight. Because I wouldn't wish this experience upon anyone. I don't care how horrible you are. But I don't desire anyone to go through this ever. So, my suggestion would be that if you're going to go get surgery, and I know some of you are going to have this done, I've had some um, other YouTubers who have reached out to me and they're stating that they're going to go to Tijuana to get this surgery done, to definitely get a letter to return saying that you are released to fly. So yeah, so that was my horrible return experience. And they will hear about this. I will be contacting American Airlines Human Resources Department. I guess that's not what it is. It's customer relations. That's it. Their customer relations department, and this will not go unheard. They will know what happened to me because this is not fair to anyone. So, I already rambled on for a long time, and a long story was a long story. But anyways, I will go ahead and make an update here on Wednesday, which is my 1 week post-op. I'm feeling really good, but I will give you those details on Wednesday when I post my 1 week post-op update. All right, you guys, but I hope this is helpful to anyone who is thinking about taking a trip abroad again to have surgery done, and my dog is telling me let's go outside. So I'm going to take him outside now. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.